Hello friends, in the last class we have discussed 5 folk arts of India. Today in this class let us discuss 5 more. Please pay attention to the similarities and difference between them. Today let us discuss Kalamkari. Kalamkari is practiced in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. These are some of the paintings in Kalamkari style. Kalamkari is an ancient Indian art that originated around 3000 years ago. It was born out of an art of storytelling. In ancient times, people used to travel from village to village and told stories. Some of them even drew on a canvas. This was how the art of Kalamkari was born. During the Mughal era, this art of Kalamkari got its recognition. So, like in many other art forms, this was also born out of the practice of storytelling. People like to tell stories. So, sometimes they narrate, but sometimes they even draw. So, Kalamkari was one such example where people used to draw the stories they wanted to say. It derives its name from kalam meaning pen and kari means work, literally meaning pen work. The artist used bamboo or date pump stick pointed at one end with a bunch of fine hair attached to this pointed end to be used as the brush or pen. Originally, these paintings were drawn on cotton fabric only, but now they are drawn on silk and other material as well. So, as time progressed, there has been changes in this art form. The colors used in making these paintings are organic. That means they are done by whatever is found naturally, they are not synthetic. Most of the colors are prepared using parts of plants, roots, leaves along with mineral salt of iron, tin, copper, alum etc., which are used as mordant. This style of painting originated at Kalahasti, north of Chennai, and Masulipatnam, east of Hyderabad. The Kalamkari tradition chiefly consists of scenes from Hindu mythology. Figures of deities with rich borders embellishments were created for the temples. So, like in many other Indian art form, this art form also depicts Hindu mythology. In Masulipatnam, the weavers were involved in block printing art, while at Kalahasti the Bolojas took up to this art. Muslim rule was prevalent in Golconda, hence the Masulipatnam Kalamkari was influenced by Persian motifs and design with regional variations. So, it so happened that two styles developed because Masulipatnam was influenced by the Muslim rule. So, some of the motifs that they were used were from Persia. So, whereas the Kalahasti style retained its in Hindu mythological figures. The outlines and main features are done using hand carved blocks. The finer details are later done using the pen. Under the British rule, the design as well as the end use of the fabric differed for garments as well as furnishing. So, again thereafter came the British, and with that also some changes occurred in this form of painting. During this period, floral designs were popular. The artisans were made to create even portraits of English men. So, starting from mythological characters till the time we reached the British era, we saw that portraits were created in this art form. The Kalahasti tradition, which developed in the temple region, mostly concentrated on themes from Hindu mythology, epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata, images of God and heroes. So, there are 3 distinct styles of Kalamkari painting: Masulipatnam, as we discussed earlier, Sri Kalahasti style and Karurpur style. Let us see them, let us look at them one by one. Owing to Muslim rule in Golconda, the Masulipatnam Kalamkari was influenced by Persian motifs and designs with slight variations. So, the Muslim rule brought along with it certain motifs from Persia, and this was adapted in the Kalamkari style of painting. The outlines and main features are done using hand carved blocks, the finer details are later done using the pen. So, it was a combination of block and pen painting. The Kalahasti tradition, which developed in the temple region, mostly concentrated on themes from Hindu mythology, epics, Ramayana, Mahabharata, images of God and heroes. Karurpur style is a style of Kalamkari that developed in the Tanjavur region during the Maratha rule. The Kalamkari work was a further embellishment to the gold brocade work in the woven fabric, which was used as saris and dhotis by the royal family during the period of Raja Sarfozi and later Raja Shivaji. So, as you see that Tanjavur already had we have discussed in our previous classes that Tanjavur already had a tradition of gold painting. They either use gold foils or they use gold colors. So, Kalamkari style which developed in this region was also influenced by this tradition of painting. So, this is a Sri Kalahasti style of painting. As you see, it is depicting Hindu mythology, that is Krishna and Arjuna. So, it depicts Hindu gods and goddesses and Hindu mythology. This is a style that of Masulipattnam. You see that certain variations have occurred. There are like birds and floral designs. This is the Kadurpur style that developed in Tanjavur region. Kalamkari is an elaborate style of making fabric, fabric painting, and it involves 23 steps. So, these are some of the steps. First, cow dung bleach is done. So, cow dung plus water plus milk stirred the fabric well. The fabric is put in this mixture and it is stirred well. Washing is in normal water. Then myrobalan treatment, myrobalan powder plus water that use then kalamkari, then the actual kalamkari is done. Black liquid is used to outline. Mordant, alum liquid is used as a mordant. Mordant is used to stick the color to the fabric. Running water wash, again another wash is done. Then color development, boiling the fabric by gradually increasing the heat with the ingredient alizarin and dye source. Then washing in normal water 3 times washed. Fixation, fabric is dipped and stirred in alum water, then dry the fabric. So, this it is said that kalamkari the process of making a kalamkari fabric involves 23 elaborate steps. So, it is a very tedious process and a very elaborate and very nuanced process. Now, let us come to Ganjifa art. Ganjifa art is practiced in various regions of the country. Orissa has one form of Ganjifa art, then Rajasthan has another form, then you see in Mysore in Karnataka it has another form. Today let us discuss the Mysore Ganjifa. This is an example of Mysore Ganjifa. As you see, it is circular in design with elaborate edges, and in the middle goddess figure is drawn. Ganjifa is an ancient Indian card game. So, it is actually a name given to a card game. The game is believed to have been brought to India during the Mughal period. The name Ganjifa comes from Persian word. It actually a Persian word means and the actual Persian word is Ganjife, which means playing cards. So, Ganjifa was actually a game which later became an art form. The speciality of this card is that they are traditionally hand painted. The cards are typically circular, although some rectangular decks have been produced. This was a game that was popular and played across medieval India. So, Ganjifa was popular during medieval India. Each region in the country had its own form of the game. There was the Sawantwadi Ganjifa from Maharashtra, Navadurga Ganjifa from Orissa, Rajasthan and Gujarat Ganjifa, Kashmir Ganjifa, Nepal Ganjifa and the Mysuru Ganjifa. So, various region of the country had its own style of Ganjifa painting. Mysuru Ganjifa was extensively patronized by the Mysore royal family, the Wodeyar kings. The main aim of the game was to teach, learn and tell stories. Again, as we see in Kalamkari, that even here in Ganjifa art form, the main aim is to tell stories, tell you stories about mythological characters, something that happened in the past. So, these were used for that purpose. From the ancient scriptures and holy books, all the 18 games in the Mysuru Ganjifa style were set to stories and slokas from the Hindu Puranas, stories from Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. The Dashavatar Ganjifa, which is a series based on the 10 different forms of Hindu god Vishnu, was the most popular of the 18 Ganjifa games. The Dashavatar Ganjifa has a set of 120 different playing cards. So, there are 18 different games in Mysuru which are done in Mysuru Ganjifa style, and among them is the Dashavatara game, Dashavatara series, which is most popular. Apart from India, Ganjifa is commonly known as Nepal, Arab countries, Turkey and Iran. So, there are other countries also which has this form. So, let us discuss some of the styles. Mughal Ganjifa. History says Mughal and Hindu Ganjifas were very common and had attracted lot of attention. So, they had attracted a lot of attention and they were much discussed styles. The present game of Mughal Ganjifa was introduced by Akbar. The Mughal Ganjifa carried 8 suited Ganjifa pack and had 96 beautiful cards in 8 suits of 12 cards each. The 12 cards in each suit comprised of 2 quotes or figure cards and 10 numeral or pip cards. So, this set had various subsections also. Dashavatara Ganjifa, the Hindu Dashavatara, that is the 10 incarnation of Lord Vishnu, was different in their composition and construction. In the first order, the number of suits and cards were more, which made the game complicated. The figures in the suit sign were common to the Hindu players. Each pack of Ganjifa carried 10 suits which displayed one of the incarnation of Vishnu. The technique, processing, design of Ganjifa card varied from user to user. Artists involved in making cards for the rich and wealthy had to use expensive materials. So, it depended upon for whom you are making the card. If you are making for the rich, it was more elaborate and it was more expensive material were used, and if you are making for common people, lesser lesser expensive material was used, and the prices depended based on it. But essentially these were hand painted cards. They used to craft on lac wafers, tortoise shells, ivory, engraved brass discs, mother of pearl, and were decorated with precious stones and metals. So, the one which were made for the rich people had all these things. They were made with naturally available material and was very rich to look at. Common man had Ganjifa to himself on leather paper, stylographed palm leaves, fish scales and paper mache. So, the ones which were made for the common people were lesser, the material were lesser expensive. Today, the Ganjifas are sold as a craft object. So, today the games are no longer in vogue, but what remains is the art form. The making of Ganjifa. Ganjifa cards are painstakingly crafted upon a canvas that is made from old saris, painted using colors pounded out of stones and leaves and then finished with layers of natural gum. Each set of card takes as many as 30 days to make. So, as you see that it is a very elaborate process and it is it involves a lot of time and a lot of effort, and one set might take as many as a month, as many days as a month. Preparing the canvas. Preparing a perfect canvas is as important as the painting itself. Canvases are prepared from old cotton saris that are soft and starch free. So, the base is the cotton saris which are starch free. These are soaked in a solution of crushed tamarind seeds and water for 4 to 5 days, which is then sun dried. A layer of similarly processed cloth is placed on top. So, 2 layers of similarly processed cloths are put together. After the layered cloth is dry, a paste of chalk powder, tamarind and gum is applied on both the sides. This dries into a tough hard base. So, this becomes the base. Artisan buff this into a smooth canvas using locally available stones. So, they buff it with make it softer by using stones and rubbing the stones against the fabric. The canvas preparation takes about a week. So, preparing the canvas itself takes a week. Traditionally, Ganjifa cards were painted with mouse hair brushes and natural colors like white from powdered conch shells, green from various leaves, black from lamb soot, red from a stone called hingulal, blue from a stone called khandnila, and yellow from a stone called hartal. The canvas is first cut by hand into a perfect circle. So, as you see that most of the cards are a circle. So, after and that is specificity of the Ganjifa card, that they are circular, but there are some which are rectangular also, but most of them are circular. So, this canvas is then cut into circles, an intricate border is painted. As you see in the previous painting, that border is very unique, the border is very intricate and very nuancedly done. An intricate border is painted around its edge. The artist then says a prayer to Vishnu and outlines this figure first with pencil and then with thin white brush strokes. So, these are very ritualistic, originally it was very ritualistically done. Prayer is essential to Lord Vishnu before you start the painting. He then paints on the clothes and ornaments. So, first with the pencil the figures are made, then after that he paints the clothes and ornaments on the figure. Secondary motifs are then outlined in black. So, the black uses of the color black is quite special to this form of art. Last, the whites of the eyes are highlighted. So, lastly comes the eyes. Interestingly, Ganjifa artists always paint freehand, beginning and ending with the color white. So, as you see that they again started with the white and they ended with the white, and they are always freehand, they do not use any kind of scale or any kind of measurement, they go freehand. Popular variants of Ganjifa card games are Mughal Ganjifa, Dashavatar Ganjifa, Ramayan Ganjifa, Rashi Ganjifa. Rashi Ganjifa is the Indian zodiac signs, Mysore Chand Ganjifa and Akbar's Ganjifa. Let us see an example of each of them. So, this is Mughal Ganjifa. As you see, some scenes from the Mughal court are depicted in this kind of Ganjifa. This is the Dashavatar Ganjifa, where the 10 reincarnation of Lord Vishnu is depicted. This is the Ramayana Ganjifa, where scenes from the Ramayana epics are depicted. You see, the one is they are showing various scenes from that epic. The last one shows Kumbhakaran being woken up. Here is the scene where Ram goes to kill the golden deer. Here is the scene where the Hanuman and other monkeys are making the bridge. Similarly, here is another scene of the 4 brothers. This with various scenes from Ramayana is depicted in this form of in this style of Ganjifa. This is Rashi Ganjifa. The Indian zodiac signs are depicted in this set of Ganjifas. This is the Mysuru Ganjifa. Various gods and goddesses are depicted in this. And lastly, as we discussed, is the Akbar Ganjifa. The life and the activities of Akbar king is depicted in this form of Ganjifa style. Now, let us come to another art form of India, that is the Patwa style. Patwa is also practiced in this region, the West Bengal region, and in some parts of Orissa, but today we will concentrate on the art forms of West Bengal. So, as you see, these are like some pictures taken from the rural household. The Pat artists are painting them on the walls of the house. This is another form. The tribal life is depicted here. This is actually how the Patwa style are done. It is actually a scroll, and you tell stories in this scroll, and there are various frames, various sections where scenes are depicted. The Patwa community of West Bengal has practiced this ancient craft of Patachitra since the 13th century. Traditionally, the painters would travel from village to village, entertaining and educating the villagers. They would unroll each hand painted scroll frame by frame and sing Pater Gan or narrative songs that they had composed themselves. So, this form of painting is always accompanied by singing and by telling stories. And as you see, the painters are not only painters, they are also singers and lyricists. They compose their own song, they sing them, and they also tell the story along with it. This diverse repertoire included mythological stories and tribal folklore as well as social message and narration on contemporary events. So, this art form includes things from mythological literature, but they also give social messages. If you want to give a social message, if you want to talk about something wrong happening in the society, this form of art also allows you to do so. In return for this performance, the villagers would remunerate the hardworking artists with rice, vegetables and coins. So, this is how the artists would survive, sustain themselves. Gradually, however, interest in this art form has faded out. To ensure that their art form remained relevant in the contemporary world, the Patwa adapted the skills and themes to changing time. So, this practice of going village after village and gathering food for the living is hardly practiced now. The artists have now started doing other forms. They have started doing these paintings on canvases, so that they can sustain themselves and they some form of livelihood can be gathered. A patta is created by, so how is the painting done? A patta, that is the canvas, is created by painting on a canvas made by stitching together multiple sheets of commercial poster papers. In earlier days, jute fabric canvas was used. Plant based colors and lamp black, a pigment made from soot, are mixed in coconut shell with the sap of the bell tree, that is wood wapple, which act as the binder. So, these are the material that are used for preparing the canvas. After finishing, a thin cotton cloth is glued to the back of the painting to provide longevity. So, on the paper, on the back side of this sheets of papers which are glued together, another layer is done with a cotton cloth, so that it is durable. Next, the completed scrolls are kept in the sun to dry. The Patwas then also paint wooden souvenirs, decorative hangings and mud walls with striking natural colors. So, along with the scrolls, the artist also, as we saw in the previous pictures, they also paint on mud walls or in souvenirs. Now, let us come to the fourth art form that we are going to discuss today, that is Phad. Phad painting is common in the Rajasthan area and the Gujarat area. So, this is one form of Phad painting. This one shows the various life and activity of Lord Krishna. This is another life and activity of Krishna. Here they are showing the Krishna Leela. You saw that this is filled with vibrant colors, whereas this is subdued. The colors are subdued and 2-3 colors are being used. Phad painting's origin dates back to 700 years and believed to have originated in Shahpura of Rajasthan near Bhilwara. It is believed to have been first commissioned by Sochu Bhatt, a devotee of Lord Devnarayan and mentor of Devnarayan's clan. It is a type of scroll painting that narrates. This is again a kind of scroll painting. Scroll paintings are like rolled, long sheets rolled into so that they can be easily carried, that narrates religious stories of local deities and gods. These were created as travelling or mobile temples. These scrolls, these paintings were actually considered as temples. They were carried from place to place and people revered them as temples. These were created by priest singers of the Rabadi tribe called Bhopas or Bhopis, who would sing and perform stories of local deities, Devnarayanji, an incarnation of Vishnu. Devnarayanji is supposed to be a incarnation of Vishnu, and Pabuji, a local legendary hero. The Phad paintings are unfolded after sunset before the village gathering, and the narration and singing would last entire night. Phad means fold in local dialect. So, the Bhopas or Bhopis, the male priest is called Bhopa and the female, his wife in most cases, is called Bhopi. So, they carry this scroll paintings from village to village, and after nightfall during night they open this scroll and they tell the stories of the Lord. So, this is the process of storytelling would go for entire night. So, this was how it was done. All Fudd paintings have certain common features. Every available space of the canvas is crowded with figures. As we saw here and also here, there is no empty space left. Every the canvas is entirely filled with something or the other. Another similarity is flat construction of the pictorial space. So, it is flat and you would not see any projection kind of drawings. While the figures are harmoniously distributed all over the area, the scale of figure depends on the social status of the character they represented and the roles they play in the story. So, if the the person is of more importance, he will take more space in the painting, and if the person is less important, he or she will take less space in the painting. This was a practice done in the Fudd painting. Another interesting feature is that the figures in the painting always face each other instead of the viewer. As we saw here, they are facing each other and they are not looking towards the viewer, they are not looking towards the people looking at them, they are facing each other. So, these are some of the uniqueness, some of the specificity of Fudd painting. The Fudd is painted on thick canvas. The color palettes consist of bright orange, red, yellow, black, blue, green and brown derived from stones and minerals. This again, like many of the folk paintings, are all natural colors and nothing synthetic is used. The colors are prepared by the women artisans, while the preparation of the canvas through application of starch and keriagon, that is indigenous glue, and ghotana, this burnishing, is done by men. The artist prepare a mixture of wheat or rice flour and boil it with water till it turns in a thick fine paste. He then applies this paste on the cloth. The cloth is stretched and dried well in hard sunlight and then rubbed with a stone device to make it smooth and shining. The cloth is now ready and works as well as a canvas. So, this is indigenously prepared kind of canvas made with cloth and hardened it with by hardening it with gum. The artist prepares his paints from gum, powdered earthen colors, water and indigo. They keep a grinding stone on which the colors are ground with gum and water. Earthen colors are used to give the temporary effect. Indigo, a color obtained from a plant, is still used for blue. As the time progressed, few other exotic colors have been used, but indigo is quite common in Fudd painting. People still use indigo color, that naturally obtained indigo color from a plant is still used. The painting begins on an auspicious day. So, this is again a ritualistic painting and it has to begin on an auspicious day with a ritual offering of a coconut to Saraswati, the Hindu goddess of learning and fine arts. The first stroke of brush is always made by a virgin girl. So, this is again like it is a very ritualistic process that offering is made to goddess Saraswati. Then the first stroke of the painting has to be done by a virgin girl, a small girl probably belonging either to the painter's family or to a higher caste. The painter first of all divides the entire scroll into number of sections and subsections. Then he prepares rough sketches of the whole painting in light yellow color. So, the painter in order to start the painting should already have had an idea of what he is going to paint. So, he divides the entire canvas into sections and subsections, then he starts painting with light yellow color and the brighter colors are filled later. As the rough sketch is ready, the artist starts using color in layer patterns from lighter to darker values. So, first they use the lighter color, then the darker colors are applied gradually. Orange for limbs or torso. So, there are specificity of what color can be used for which to which part of the body or depict what. Orange for limbs or torso figures, yellow for ornaments and general clothing and designs, green for trees and vegetation, brown for architectural structures, red for royal clothing. This is important, all the royal figures should have red clothing and nothing other than that, and flags, and blue for water and curtains. The subtle black lines give the final touch. On it borders, creepers, trees, rivers and buildings are used as a scene divider and the entire composition is enclosed within a thick border which is always painted an auspicious red. So, you see that the various scenes are divided by using either creepers or trees or rivers or some natural things that are used to divide the scenes, as you see in this painting. So, scenes are divided. Then a border is essential. There should be a thick border which differentiates between which makes the frame, and it is always painted in red. The border is always painted in red. These are thought to be auspicious color. The worship entails night-long narration of the deeds of Bhopas by the Bhopas. This performance is held in front of the Phad that act as the painted narrative scrolls and portable temples for the deity. The narration is accompanied by Ravanhatta, a violin-like instrument. So, there is singing and narration accompanied by and the Phad paintings are put in the in the background, and the narration is done in front of it. The narration is accompanied by Ravanhatta, which is a kind of an instrument, violin-like instrument. The Phad is composed in square panels, each illustrating a particular incident of the epic. Assistant standing behind a bhopa unfold the scrolls as the story proceeds, and the showman points to the relevant depiction as he sings and mimes. So, this is how it is done. There is performance, there is singing, there is music along with the the demonstration of the Phad scrolls. So, this is one painting of Dev Narayanji. Dev Narayanji is believed to be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. This is a Phad painting of Babuji, who is a local hero, and this painting shows the different life aspects of Babuji, his heroic acts. So, last in the list today is the Chitra painting of Karnataka. Let us discuss this. Chitra painting is done in Karnataka. This is one form of Chitra painting. A marriage scene is depicted in this art. This is another one where a household is depicted. Chitra or Hasa Chitra is a folk art practiced by the Devaru community in Shimoga, Sagara and Uttar Kannada district of Karnataka. So, this is the region where this art form is practiced. The walls are enclosed with red mud. The walls are colored with red mud found abundantly in the region, and designs are drawn in white paint derived from rice paste and white mud. So, the typical Chitra painting always has a red base, which is red mud base, and the paintings are done in white, which is derived from rice paint and white mud. The lines and patterns on these paintings each symbolizes an aspect of nature or depict a religious, social, agricultural practice of the community. The stylized figures of Chitra paintings are generally symbols of bride and grooms, fertility, the sowing of the auspicious paddy, birds, trees, animals, etc. So, in the specificity of Chitra is that they always depict happy things or auspicious things. Musicians play auspicious music, brides and grooms affect yogic poses or stand in conjugal harmony. The delicacy in this delineation and its repetitiveness. So, it is also a very auspicious thing. There is also accompaniment of music and singing along with the painting. So, Chitra painting is one of the specificity of Chitra painting is that it is a repeated pattern. You will see repeated pattern in the painting, in the whole painting. The practice of drawing this art is accompanied by music and singing. Every situation and the course depicted on the wall has a relevant song. So, every situation and everything that is depicted on the walls has a song to accompany with it. Material use. The materials used for this art is natural. The community makes its own colors deriving from natural sources such as bark of trees, wild berries, seeds, rocks, minerals and vegetables. Red art, rice flour, coal, this is coal, berry, limestone, turmeric, milk, etc. has been used to prepare white, black, red and yellow natural colors. So, whatever is found in nature naturally are used. Types. While the designs on the paintings are common across entire community, the paintings are divided into 3 types according to the use of colors. So, here you see it is not the theme, but the use of colors define the type of the painting. These are Bili Hase, Kappu Hase, Kemmanu Hase. So, there are 3 types of Chitra paintings depending upon the colors used. Base, the drawing has been seen on the walls, door frames and window frames. It can also be done on bamboo baskets. Generally the base is red earth. On the baskets the base has been prepared by applying a mixture of red earth and cow dung. So, in the we see this Chitra painting on a bamboo basket also. In the bamboo basket, what to give it a feeling of a mud wall, it is a coating of red earth and cow dung is used. Brush, to draw the lines, the community use a natural brush made by grass straw and natural fiber. So, naturally obtained things are used as brush. Occasions, the art has been takes place in marriage and festivals. In Bhumi Hunime festival, women decorate the bamboo baskets with this art. The motifs are taken from daily life. In the marriage ceremony, Hase Chitra is drawn on the wall where the ritual takes place. So, where the ritual of the marriage takes place, this Chitra painting is done, which is thought to be very auspicious. The common motifs in the marriage are Palakki, that is carriage, Dibbana, Kakugalu, that is twin birds or love birds, bride and bridegroom. So, all auspicious things related to marriage and fertility are drawn during this the marriage occasions. So, friends, today we have seen 5 art forms from India. So, from next class let us see the techniques of how they make it. So, please go through the the slides and see how what is the difference and the similarity between these art forms. So, we meet in the next class. Thank you.